Right.
Yeah, but you're seeing a lot of retail outlets don't even bother with shoplifting anymore because they're afraid of the bad press on the back end.
Bad press. It's insane. Like you see this stuff in California and Chicago, and it's insane.
I was watching, I think it was a CNN interview. They were in, I think it was a Walgreens, and while they were doing the 30-minute interview, they watched 3 people walk out the door without paying.
They're like, did they? Yeah. They're like, did they? They're like, no, they just. No.
That's great. There was another guy in, I think it was California, it might have been Washington. They have a rule where they won't prosecute any shoplifting that's under $1,000.
Right.
So we marked everything in the store at $1,001 and then just gave coupons at the front counter so they could still prosecute you. That's amazing. That's just unbelievable. I actually worked in loss prevention at Target. This is years ago. And they don't do this anymore, by the way. Loss prevention, you had like a security suit on. They even gave us handcuffs too. And then our job was to go up and find people who were shoplifting at the front and say, oh, you forgot to ring up this TV that's underneath the cart or whatever. Right. Some people did not like getting their receipts checked, by the way, but that's what we did. But I remember the first day on the job, we had an undercover guy who's ex-military. His name was Dorian. This guy was really, really intense. It's my first day on the job. I'm like, I'm just here to collect my $12 an hour or whatever. He's a super intense dude. And I remember him giving me a call on the radio. He goes, yo, Mark, I need you to hop in.
We've got one.
We got a hot one. I need you to hop into the CCTV room. So I hop in the CCTV room and I'm looking. He's like, there's a guy here in menswear. He's stuffing underwear down his shirt. And I was like, all right, okay, cool. I got him. Cause we have to record it. We got it. And he's following him around the store. This guy's like, he's like a homeless guy. He's putting t-shirts and underwear and shirts. He's like, all right. Okay. Oh, it looks like he's going to head out garden now. I need you to run out there. So I'm sprinting outside down to garden where the back exit is. And he's on the radio. He's like, okay, he's passing the palm trees. He's passing the mulch. All right, he's coming. He's getting ready to walk out. Get ready. So this guy walks out and he says, now, Mark, now. I pop out and I go, sir. And then this guy, Dorian, he comes running behind him and tackles him from behind. All of a sudden, this is my first day.
Time.
All of a sudden, we're in a skirmish with this guy on the ground. We're cuffing him up, and it's over it's over like a couple $100 of worth of menswear. This is my first day on the job. I'm like, holy cow. But to your point, there's no way you're doing this anymore. No way.
No.
Yeah, there was this guy on TikTok. He was like Home Depot asset protection or whatever, and he would snatch these people at the door, like chase them down, grab their stuff. And he would he would record the security footage, and he would record it like his highlight tape. He's like, he's coming in, like, boom, got him. Like he's trying to run, and then eventually they like let him go.
Yeah, they'll fire him.
It's like his thing was viral. He's like, look at this, like I tackled him. Like it's like literally like this little highlight tape that he's recording his security footage.
Oh my God! I mean, it's just such a weird time. It really is. It's just weird.
Yeah, because everyone's trying to find the gotcha moments. Like even in that New York subway where there's the dude is like walking around, he's like threatening to stab people, and then the military vet Daniel Penny tackles him, brings him to the floor with 3 other people because he's threatening to murder and kill people.
Right.
And now
he's got a knife.
Yeah, he's got a knife. And now Daniel Penny is being, I don't know if he had a knife at the time or not, but he was threatening. At the very least, fact check me. He was at least threatening to hurt people. Daniel Penny and 3 other people, one of which at least was a black man, end up bringing this guy down, subduing him. During the course of it, the guy ended up dying. And now Daniel Penny is he's being accused of like manslaughter, and he's going to get roped up, maybe go to prison for trying to protect subway passengers. Mind you, after this happened, all the subway passengers were clapping. They're like, thank you. We're so appreciative. Doesn't matter. White man, black victim. I'm going to use the word victim, although I don't know that, black perpetrator, whatever. Huge news story. And it's just so backwards to me. Like, why would I ever stick my neck out for anyone
somebody?
else?
No.
Why would I ever?
Yeah, yeah. Luckily, I don't live in my house. So, yeah, there's just no reason to anyway.
Fair enough. Well, I guess it's Daniel Penny's not going to have to do it next time because you've got robots inside New York City subways that'll do it for you, and
I got to see the robots. I don't understand what the robots are like. What they don't like. What do they look like?
It right now it looks like a big garbage can. It looks like R2D2. So it's not. It's just going to be going around getting video. But I mean, that's just the first amalgamation. I mean, pretty soon they're going to be shooting tear gas and all kinds of gnarly stuff, man. It's gonna get weird. I got to talk about another thing though, that this is not a fraud, but to me it's going to be one of the most damaging things to young people. It's deep fakes.